Before I begin this review, I want to give a quick disclaimer that this video will contain major spoilers for M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. So if you guys have not seen The Village, or want to see, or you don't want to get spoiled, do not watch this review. Watch the movie, then come back. But if you do not care, well then, play my shit! Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for the latest episode of Attack on Titan. Yeah, I had to get the clear disclaimer because I do not like spoiling people in my videos. Like, if I want, like, I'm talking about one thing and I bring up another thing, I don't want to spoil someone. Like, say if I'm talking about Tokyo Ghoul and I'm spoiling some major twist in some movie or some other anime to like compare and contrast or something. I do not like spoiling people because, you know, that's just me. I just don't like spoiling people, so I would always give a disclaimer before we get in, so I don't want to spoil people, because, you know, nobody likes spoilers, and I don't like spoiling people in my videos, so, yeah. When it comes to other stuff that it doesn't pertain to the actual content of what I'm discussing. So, yeah, just want to give a quick disclaimer. Don't know why I ended up ripping off Afro Senjutsu at the end of that little disclaimer, but fuck it, whatever. Anyway, so let's just get into this review. So, this episode... Wow, this episode was fucking fine, man. Like, we learned the basement, and it was more shocking than I ever thought it was gonna be. Like, when I thought about the basement, when we saw what the hell is inside that basement, all I thought about was we're probably learning the history of the wolves, how the Titans were created, all that stuff. I was not expecting it to be revealed that the Attack on Titan this whole time has been M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Which, of course, I mentioned in the beginning, spoiler alert, major spoilers, or I'm going to be spoiling the twist of the movie, so you guys have been warned. Because, well, I'll discuss this more. I'll discuss The Village when we get to the end, when we get to that part of the episode, when we get to the end of the episode, and we stop at the and we finally see the huge, massive reveal. I'll discuss The Village then. But, yeah, oh my god. Wow. Attack on Titan keeps leaving me speechless every episode, man. Like these last episodes, I have just been left completely flabbergasted, in complete shock and awe. Honestly, I don't know how Attack on Titan keeps doing this to me. And hopefully, and also, guys, of course, you guys know today is this whole week's E3. So this video ends up coming a little bit later. So apologies for the delay on this video come out a day late. You know, I was busy with E3, and I also did not have any time to watch Attack on Titan today, or last night, I should say. So sorry for the delay. Hopefully, I'll get this out sometime within a decent hour today. Not sure because I still got Ubisoft E3 press conference and then Square Enix. But hopefully, between those two, I'll be able to get my videos done. I'll get Attack on Titan done, so you guys don't have to wait too long for my review. I also did form an episode reaction like always. Yeah, you guys will like that one. I lost my mind. And you will see me do a bunch of you will just see me just being shocked half the time. Anyway, so this episode was fucking phenomenal. Loved it. But with enough jibber jabber, enough of me rambling on, let's just jump right into this action. Let's just jump right into it. So we started it off with a bit of a dream sequence. We started off, got Armin, he's waking up, he sees the colossal Titan right in front of him. Half of his face has the skin with the muscles, the other half is just a straight up skeleton. It's just a straight up skull. And you hear Bertolt crying, or see him cry. He says, "It hurts, it hurts." He then really wakes up, and we also see that Armin, for some reason, isn't wearing a shirt. Can someone explain why he doesn't have a shirt on? Why is he even wearing the jacket? Like, he looks so stupid with just the jacket. Like, bruh, put on a shirt. Did nobody have to spare shirt? Take Armin's shirt. He ain't using it. Anyway. So right next, so he finds he's waking up. It's the next day after everything that went down happened. He sees right next to him Sasha. She's bandaged up from, I believe she took some shrapnel last week. If I remember correctly, she took like some wood. I think she took some shrapnel. And she's like, "Oh, it hurts, it hurts." He checks. She's like, "Oh my God, Sasha, this looks terrible. How'd this happen?" Eren sees him, runs over and hugs him. You know, all that stuff. Levi shows up. He's like, "Oh, so you're awake?" Fires up a flare. Mikasa, we see everyone coming towards him, and he's like, "I can't remember anything, what happened." He doesn't remember anything after Bertolt transformed. He doesn't remember anything after that of what happened with Bertolt. about the whole thing with all his plans, him dying and getting burned to a crisp. Seriously, how the fuck did his lungs not get incinerated? But whatever. I digress. And then once everyone gets there, he asks him like, "Yo, what happened?" He asks him like, "What happened?" And Levi being a straight up savage tells Aaron, "You tell him." He makes Aaron tell him, which I guess makes sense, but at the same time, God, Levi, you couldn't do it yourself. You gotta make Aaron do it. You savage. Anyway. So Aaron tells him everything. Armin takes it as well as you think he would. His face is completely shocked, obviously, at what transpired. And I like how they also include this part here. I like this scene, which also, I gotta talk about something that actually, Heavenly Controller, another one of my YouTubers I like, another YouTuber I follow. I saw his episode reaction for last week's episode. He brought up some very good points on why Attack on Titan really has grown as a series. And really, season 1 really should not be looked as like, this is, like, season 1, if anything, was like a prologue chapter, or just a, I don't know, like oh hey, here's this. But when you see the really serious hit stride with season 3, Attack on Titan season 3 and season 1 are like two completely different series, honestly. So anyway, as I was saying, so he tells him, so he's like, wait, but if you look, no matter which way you look at it, it should have been Erwin. He should have been the one that lived. He should have been the one that got the incision, syringe. I mean, and even Heavenly Control talked about this, like, about how well the writing was for how they managed to get to Armin. He even said that it should have went to Erwin. It should go to Erwin. And it was like, don't nobody ever do no talk no jutsus or anything. And which he also brought up some good points about the whole thing, like, Amikir say something to one of the characters, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll save your friend instead of the guy that really should have been saved. Stuff like that happens all the time in anime. And so I like how they even bring it up here with after Armin gets saved. He's like, y'all should have saved Erwin. Why'd you save me? Which, as I mentioned in my review last week, that was definitely a tough call. See, it's the problem with me. If I was actually there and you told me, like, here's a guy with nothing but here's a guy with a ton of experience and the literal god of speeches, and here's a kid that doesn't have nearly as much experience but has saved but has done a lot, I can see why Levi would have picked Erwin instead of Armin, because like I said, he is the commander. He has all this experience, and well, yes, Armin has all these ideas, but I don't know. When I still think about it, I still think I probably would have picked Armin. But if I was in a situation, who knows? I might have picked Erwin because he is the commander and the literal god of speeches. So who knows? So anyway, yeah. So he's like telling him that, and then Levi tells him, but your friends didn't really like that train of thought. And Mikasa and Aaron are just like looking down. And Hanji steps in there, says that she also agreed that it should have been Erwin, but he said, Levi said, I'm the one that got the syringe. I decided this was going to be his place of death. And that I don't regret my decision. He tells Aaron, and because they're going to get punished for their insubordination, obviously, and that he doesn't plan on regretting the situation. He tells them not to make sure his friends don't regret the decision, and make sure yet you do not regret the decision of staying alive, of being brought back. So anyway, after all that is said and done, there and Armin and everyone kind of gets in there. Everyone all the time says that's their order for now. We then get to the biggest part of the episode. He says, all right. He tells them that Aaron, Mikasa, and Hanji are all going to go to the wall or to the basement, while everyone else just stays there, keep eyes on Sasha and Armin. So we go down to the base. So we go down to the floor. Go back down to the base of the wall. And man, was this episode the definition of a slow burn. My God, Switch Studios was taking their motherfucking time with this. We just see the guys just slowly walking to the basement. They didn't just cut to the basement. No. They're gonna make sure. No. They're gonna make this gonna slow it down to a crawl. Yeah, they're making sure we're slow roasting this motherfucker. We're slow roasting it. Because we just see them walking, going to different areas. What Shiganshina used to look like before all the shit hit the fan. It was some crazy stuff, man. Man, this episode, holy shit, was so shocking, man. But anyway, so we get through there. You see all the stuff from Shiganshina. I don't get me wrong. I love this part. I love how we saw these callbacks back to season 1. Other stuff from happening back on their past. And there was this one part where Eren tried to get into the basement back when he was a kid, and his mom's like, "How many times?" And his mom's like, "How many times do I have to tell you, Eren? Do not go into the basement." He's like, "But why? Your dad works there. He has all these drugs. It's not safe for you." You know. And there's also this other part where Eren straight up asks his dad, "When can I see what's inside that goddamn basement?" He didn't say goddamn, obviously, but he says, Eren's dad said, if I remember correctly, when you know what's truly important. Even, I don't know what the hell he means by that. I don't know. Is he talking about Mikasa? Is he talking about Ahmed? Is he talking about his fucking mom? I don't fucking know. Your guess is as good as mine, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, this was a slow. They were really going to bringing up the tension. They were just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna take it. We're just gonna take our time with this. We're gonna make you motherfuckers wait." What's going on? What's about to go down in this basement? So there was also this one. I didn't like this. This was like around the end of it, where we actually see like young Armin or young Eren and young Mikasa kind of come off from their current perspectives and kind of just see them walking around, running around, and we see all these little. And we go back to where everything was beforehand. We see like all the shops and everything. Like there was this one woman that I think she had a kid with her. We just see them running around when they were kids. Great stuff. I loved it. And then we get to where we see Eren's mom turn the corner. And then we get to when when shit hit the fan, when the Colossal Titan came out back in season 1, and we see Eren running over to turn the corner to see his mom, which of course is where she died, which is where the house was, and then he's like, is this your house? Is this where it is? And so they get to the house. There's the boulder is still there from when it got happened. There's there's also another rock on top of the door to the basement, and. Oh my gosh, oh my god, I was legit on the edge of my fucking seat being like, yes, tell me, what is in that goddamn basement, tell me, damn it, tell me, woo, baby. So then we get down to the so then the rocks on top of them hit Mikasa and Eren and Hanji and Levi. They all grab these little wooden boards to get this boulder off the door, so that they can get inside the basement. Once they get inside the door, Hanji comments like, "Oh, thank God it didn't flood," which I don't know why it would, because one, there was a boulder on top of it, and two, where were all what water? I guess from rain. That's where it would flood, but. I don't know. That looks pretty tight. I don't know how water would even get in there to begin with, but whatever the case may be. They go down into the door. They go down the stairs. They are met face to face with the door. Eren pulls out the key that he has had for 3 seasons. My phone goes off like crazy with Twitter notifications. Jesus Christ! Let me put that motherfucker on silent. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Eren goes and grabs the key he has had since season 1. He goes to put in the lock, and it doesn't fit. I was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers! The key does not fit." Levi's like, "Okay, I'll open it," and just kicks the motherfucker down. He kicks that motherfucking door down. And then we get to the basement, and it's your typical study, they look at Levi and Sasha, and Hanji, look through all the books, they're like, "Oh, these are all medical related, these labels are correct, they're just medicine." There's nothing out of the ordinary, at least on a first impression. So they start digging around, looking around, trying to find where everything is. Where are the secrets? Where is everything that happened? Where is the history? Where is the reveal that we have waited since season 1 for? Where is it, you may ask? Well, allow me to tell you. So Eren's got books. He's like, he's just kind of shaking them down. See that it comes out. Then got a couple of those. And Levi's just kind of doing his thing. So Hanji, we get to Mikasa. She's looking around these drawers, finds this book. After the book, when she grabs the book, this glass falls on the ground. It looks like it's made out of Get out of here, Kevin Dunn, you bastard! What the fuck did who let the beaver in here? I'm sorry. I thought that was there. Anyway, so I'm assuming it's wood anyway. And we get flashback to when Mikasa gave her like this little plate thing that handed him the drink. She's like, "Oh, thanks, Mikasa. It's gonna be another all-nighter for me." So she smiles, and then when she goes to pick it up, she knows something. It says Eren, and it's actually a keyhole. So Eren grabs the key. He puts it in there after what felt like an eternity. Twists the key, and it ends up working. Fits. He opens it, and it's empty. I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it empty?" And then Lee was like, "Relax, relax. It's a false bottom, bro." Pushes the thing down, revealing 3 books. And one of the books they grab. After what felt like another eternity, when we just wait for Eren just to open the damn book, and then Mikasa puts her hand on the book as well. They look at each other, and then they open it, revealing a photograph. Yes, a photograph. Something you would take with a camera, or what you would take with your phones for you modern people out there that have never taken any physical photographs. I know. No. Everything's digital nowadays. And I didn't actually pick it up. I'm like, what's the first part of the episode? Look, I actually did not pick up that was a photograph. Like, it did not instantly. I was like, what the hell? That's a photograph. Because I was just losing my mind. I was just looking around like, what the hell is this? It took me a while for me. It took me a second to actually realize that was indeed a photo. But before we get there, we get back to like this little table area with all the other guys, all the head honchos we've met before back in the first half of season 3. The whole guy that runs the whole core system, got that the drunk dude that works with the Rose guys, and you got some other people. We get a flashback. The guy that works with the Survey Corps, I think, the guy that knows Erwin, that's a friend of his. We get flashback to when Eren was in the Cadet Corps, was in the cadets, about when he told them about his father's plan, his idea, about his theory, about that there's more to the walls, that humanity may have not perished, and that not all humanity may have died at the hands of the Titans. And so he brings up all these little points, like how the history textbook they said that everyone was eaten by Titans. But then he says, but if it was an objective point of view, they would have said, we believe they were all killed by Titans. That would have been an objective perspective. And he's like, nah, and he's just like, nah, man, you're like, this shows, that there's an ulterior motive going on with the royalty. And dude's like, nah, man, you're overthinking it, you're just nitpicking. And he's like, I would just laugh it off. But now, he was right. Fuck. Well, you can apologize to him when you see him again. And I'm like, oh, well, that is where you're wrong, good sir. You see, Erwin is dead, good sir, after having the most badass death in anime history with that suicide child. Son, now give me the shit. I can't get enough of that speech, man. That speech is so fucking. And I think that's actually going to be next week in the dub. Which I don't know if I talked about the English dub yet, but I love it. I gotta say, I forgot. I don't think I meant to talk about the English dub today, but I love the English dub. I love Zeke's new voice, English voice, because this is the first time we've really gotten to hear what he sounds like. It actually took me off guard a little bit when I remember when Bjertold was actually voiced by Todoroki. That took me off guard because it's been so long since we heard Bjertold, and I think this is the first time we heard Zeke. I really think it's Zeke's English voice, in my personal opinion, anyway. So back to the episode. So then, we get into. So then they open up. So he says that we get back to the top. Everyone's celebrating. It says, or someone runs in there. It says Walmart has been retaken, and everything is good. Everything is good. Everyone, people are celebrating. You see some other characters that we saw from the first half of season 3, like that fat dude. That was like, you got the fat dude. You got those journalists we saw as well. They made an appearance, and then we just kind of see just Eren, Mikasa, Levi, and Hanji just kind of on top of the wall with their capes blowing in the wind and everything. Great stuff. Great stuff. And then Hanji is holding the 3 books. She then opens it, and we see she takes out the photograph, and this is when I kind of realized, oh shit, that's a photograph. And then she's like, Eren's like, is this a portrait? And she's like, no, this is far too detailed to be able to be made by human hands. And Mikasa points out that there's something on the back, and on the back he explains that this is not a portrait, it's a photograph. he goes on the whole thing about how photographs work, about how it's light reflected from the subjects, and it's chemicals put on a special piece of paper called a photograph. And in this photograph, we see him with a woman and I believe 2 kids. It was 1 or 2 kids. So it looks like he was married. So I'm curious then, what happened? Did she die? Or did he was like, you know what, deuces, and went over to go with Aaron's mom? I guess we might find out next week on what happened and why he left. Because remember, when we saw how he first came in there with the other guy, on how remember, the dude completely lost his memory when he came into the walls, or when he was by the walls. But now, granted, I think that this was probably also around the time where he also became a Titan shifter. I'm assuming. So he was out when he came out while he was amnesia. So I'm curious if any of this is going to play into next week. With next week, it looks like it's going to be completely focused on Aaron's dad and his backstory and everything that happened. I am extremely excited to see these guys. I can't wait. So anyway, and then on the note, he keeps saying that that this photo was taken from a place where humanity lives in luxury. Humanity has not perished. They are living live. They are alive and well. Yeah, this was a reveal that I did not see coming I did not see it coming. I thought it was going to be something else. I was not expecting the village. So we then, after that whole conversation, we were then greeted with Greenish, how I pronounce Aaron's dad's name, with his little sister, Faye, something along those lines, Faye. I think they say her name, Faye. And they're about to run out there to go catch the blimp. But right before they leave, their mom is like, "Hey, what did I tell you guys? Don't leave without your armbands." Okay, how many of y'all want to bet money that when SJW is going to hand them, they're going to be like, "Oh, Attack on Titan is an allegory for Nazis"? What? Because they got armbands, they're all white. How much you want to bet SJW is going to start bitching about this episode's anti-Semitic and it's all about Nazis? Bet money that's going to happen. Bet money. Watch. Just watch. Oh, you wait. It'll happen. I don't want it to happen, but it'll happen. Because SJWs love to find shit that isn't there. They just love doing that shit, man. It's fucking infuriating. Anyway, so she puts on their hand. First of all, I gotta say, his mom looks dead. That one looks like she hasn't slept in a month. So, she's like, I tell you, and she says, Reed, don't you dare go past the wall. So they get their armbands on. They start sprinting over to running at the blimp to keep eyes on the blimp. Her sister is infatuated with this blimp. Now, this shocked me incredibly because I mentioned before, I was not expecting the village, which, as you guys know, if you guys have seen the village, that the major twist of the village was that the whole time, which the village was this movie about, this like a whole story about witchcraft and everything, very old. It was meant to be like some old time movie, like something in like the 16th century or something, with like was like witchcraft and shit. I haven't seen the movie actually myself. I just saw Chris Stuffan's review of it. He of course talked about this twist in that one. I just didn't really care. But it was revealed this whole movie was taking place in modern time. They were just sealed off from the rest of the world. And it looks like the exact same thing happened in Downtime, where they were too just sealed off from the rest of the world while everybody else is flourishing. Now, if I had to guess, Attack on Titan, I would have to guess Attack on Titan takes place, or at least let's go with this little time frame. I would say the earliest it's probably around the 1880s or 90s, because I'm not sure when blimps became a thing, because I'm not, but I'm pretty sure it was around that era. And I would say at max the 1920s. I would say at max this story takes place in the 1920s. Because the fashion, the outfits looks very 19th century-ish, borderline the 30s and 40s. But I feel it's a little too late. I feel it's a little too late for everything. Maybe if it is the 40s, it is some shit about Nazis. I don't fucking know. Hell, maybe this does take place in Germany. It looks like Germany. Probably could pass up as Germany. But yeah, I would say that's probably around the time frame where this goes off. If we're just going to go based off the outfits and everything, and then when the blimp gets past the wall, his sister is like, "Oh man, if I get rich, man, I would love to be, cruising those days." She's like, "The fuck are you talking about? We can't get rich." She's like, "I know, but it's nice to imagine." And she's like, "Well, I wouldn't really like the view from there." And Grisha is just like, "Fuck it!" Grabs her by the hand and sprints to the wall. Sprints past the wall. She's like, "Wait, where are you going? Yeah, you're going to check out the landing pad. My teacher says not that far. Let's go." And then she's like, "But and then he says, "Well, we'll be gone for a little bit." And they got some security guard chasing after them and everything. And he said, "This is when I found out the truth about the world." And that is the end of the episode. And we see the next episode preview. Looks like it's going to go tackle a lot more everything happening. It looks like also Aaron's going to be in there, or he's in a prison cell. I could be wrong. It might actually be Grisha. I can't really tell. Because part of me looks like, because the car looks like Grisha, but at the same time it looks like Aaron, so I think it's Aaron. Is inside a prison cell, and we see some other blonde chick. So yeah, Attack on Titan. Wow. As I mentioned before, the start of the episode, man, I'm shocked. I was not expecting the village. I was not expecting where this whole story was taking place in modern time or trying to place in a normal civilization, but it was just sealed. But they're just sealed off from the rest of the world. And everything when I hear about humanity, maybe it actually does take place in the 40s, and this is after World War II. I don't know. It could be after World War II for all I know. It is Nazis, as I mentioned earlier. It could be Nazis and it's after World War II. I don't know. I do not know. But I can't say I'm hyped this out for next week's episode, guys. And did you guys know that actually Attack on Titan this season is actually the second highest rated anime on Mal? I literally checked like a couple days ago. It's literally the second highest. I don't know if it's still there right now at the time I'm recording this, but yeah, it's impressive. I would definitely agree with that. This series is fucking phenomenal, man. But that's my favorite season of Attack on Titan. Anyway, guys, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Oh, first up, my final verdict. Obviously, 10 out of 10 like always, guys. Seriously, Attack on Titan's been fucking killing it, man. Anyway, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.